Hi guys, today I have a video for you in my Tier 10 IGN Torp Destroyer, the Shimmy. These are my captain skills, and I'm probably going to have to get a new picture for my modules, but as of this game, these are what my modules were. But I did change out the aiming module for a faster loading torpedo module because, well, there's no downside to getting my torps loaded faster in a ship. Now, I am going to go to D here. But with there being no cap in the center, most teams just do a V split and, maybe once in a while you'll get somebody ballsy that goes through the mid to get to A or to D. And I'm trying to go through mid to D here, just try to get some early spots. The other thing is, I'm going to take a very aggressive approach, and I'm going to go on the south side of the little island that is at E7 there, because I may be able to get some shots on at least one of the spots where the shores like to hide. The other thing is, if I get close enough, they could radar me all day long. The other thing is, when I did load in this game, I noticed there really wasn't a lot of radar. So being this aggressive really what allowed it. I believe it was just a Cleveland, I forgot. But it was just his radar. And it's a U.S. light cruiser, and that is only 9 kilometers. So, you know what? I feel safe just going in there. There's only one radar, and whatever, I should be fairly well protected. But what I am going to do is to beach, turn around back in. And if you notice, there's that little cove there with the little village, with the temple or whatever that thing is. That's where I was going to try to cap this from. Get in there. There's not a lot of ships that can hit you unless something is out wide. And they would have to be pretty much overextended this early to really potentially have shots in on me. Now I'm going to beach a couple times, doing a 13-point turn. But whatever. We have another DD in the cap stalling it. So just by me getting, taking this route, it's going to be a complete surprise. And if I had any typing skills, I can tell the guy, hey, once I get in here, man, you can go out wide. Get spots for these guys or do whatever. But you know what? I'm just kind of not in the mood of typing anything really ever, as the lol gang dies to kid and gets flooded out. Lol. Hydro DDs getting torped is always funny, even when it happens to me. But the other thing reversing in is because I am IGN, I have 2 turrets to my rear instead of just the one, to where if I nosedive in, I can get a little bit more DPM out of these ships. Now, what I'm going to do, because I'm not located, the Gearing doesn't have RPF, there's one set. So I know I'm relatively safe. I'm going to torp the smoke, but I'm also looking at this Richelieu, seeing what he's doing. And these torps are twofold. One, I'm torping the smoke. That was the original plan. But most of these, the first set was for the smoke. The second 2 sets were actually for the Richelieu. And ironically, the first set is where I wanted to torp the smoke anyways, is, the same line as the Richelieu. As one torpedo actually hits the gearing. Now, this makes me feel a little bit more comfortable taking him on, because 13k damage, it's about half his health, maybe more, as we just obliterate this Richelieu. There's not, look, he's down, the Gearing's down to a quarter of his HP. Now, as the puppy moans because the puppy wants to go outside, doesn't realize I'm trying to do a recording. You go, girl. What I was going to do was try to reverse all the way around and possibly spot this guy. But I'm thinking, oh, this guy's got to be smart. He's got to be getting the hell out of Dodge. He's got no health left. He has to know where I'm at because of where my torpedoes came from. That I literally hit him and just killed a battleship. You know, why would you stay there? You know? So our DD's actually shooting at him. The gearing smokes up, and then I'm like, you know what? Okay, let me back up and help. No, let me get closer to this island and potentially just proxy spawn him. But I'm like, I'm going to do that once we get the cap. As you can see, I'm moving forward, turning in a little bit, and I'm kind of doing and then RPF change because our DD manages to just shoot him in smoke. You know, it's something everybody should be learning. It's just shooting in the smoke because these guys are down to 1 DD. There's 3 ships down. We have 2 caps to their 1. Now, I'm coming out this way because it's the fastest way for me to actually get into the battle, even though it's going to technically take me the longest time. But it's 2 things I'm thinking. I'm going to send torps in through A. These are 12-kilometer torps. These aren't the 20. These aren't the 20 kilometer torps, as I like to call them. These are the 12-kilometer torps, but there's nothing at their give me cap. Nothing. The D side is way over 910 line. The A side is all on the 231 line. You know, so what's there to stop me from taking their give me cap? You know, I'm always trying to think of what is going to help us win this game. Because if things go south quick, if we control more of these caps, even though we're losing ships, those cap points add up so much so early. Now, I am aware that the kid is coming back, but I'm hoping he's not going to be dumb enough to cut in front of me. He's got to see one set. He's got to know I want to send other set of torps. He really shouldn't be playing for the opening of the mouth, and I am staggering these torpedoes. Now, I am going to shoot at this guy because you know what? There's a kid right there, and if I can get the Kagero to shoot at me, the kid's going to have eyes on him longer. The other thing is the Kagero was going straight across, so, you know, island protection, there's nothing here to spot me. As you can see, the guys on the 910 line are finally starting to run away because look at all this stuff. Look at all the stuff that's at D. I'm going to try to get some fires on the Thunderer because it doesn't have glorious British heel. I'm also slowing down because as I slow down, I should be able to get on cap and maintain shooting at this guy. As I said, 2 fires on the Thunderer. Hopefully his DCP is out so I can just rack up glorious damage and turn into a filthy PR farmer. But my thought process of really leaving D-side is we had 1 DD. You don't need 2 over there. You just need 1 spotting. There's 3 ships. Was 5 ships on that side. Maybe 6. You know, depending on if you want to count the Zao or not. I can't remember what the Zao is. But still, there's 3 of them. They outnumber them. Now, I smoke up and shoot at this gentleman whom I thought was a Massachusetts. As we can clearly see, this is definitely not a Massachusetts. But I am smoked up trying to shoot, and I am paying attention of the Cleveland radar. I understand he's now within his radar range, but still, you know what? Might as well just use smoke, get some extra damage, get some nice, inflate my numbers. Now, I advise against these torpedoes sending because of the Otago. I do not want to block this guy's route, whatever he's going to do, whatever play he's going to do, even if he's doing the wrong play. If I send torpedoes, there's a good chance he could have run into him, and it also takes away avenues of him to maneuver. Now, with him going south, I can send 1, possibly 2 sets in front of this guy because the torpedo should clear him, and he's going to die soon anyways. Now, I don't exactly want to get close to Massachusetts. And number two, things are dying at D, and there is a Sal, and I'm thinking, first priority, I got to get away from the mass secondaries. Luckily for me, he beached, so my first set, surprise, surprise, is going to absolutely obliterate him. But I'm like, if I was this Zal, what would I do? I would cut back. That's only the Montana, and the Zal should be able to deal with him. I'm going to cut back because I want to keep the Zal spotted for the Montana. The Zal is making the correct call. He's going to get his Give Me Cat back. It's going to limit the number of ships that can shoot at him because he's going to get behind the island. And it's just a Montana, and this guy should be able to take a few pop shots. Now, upcoming, in chat, some saltiness is coming, but it was all taken with the humor and nothing intentional. But, I don't know if this Zal is running Hydro or not, but this guy did one hell of a good job dodging and anticipating. The reason I don't switch to my guns after I drop torps is because anybody running RPF is going to go, oh, it just ticked up one. Oh, it just ticked down one. There must be a DD torping. Anybody with any, sort of understanding, because what is spotting this out? It only has to be me. He hasn't been shooting. He's behind an island. The battleships are two away, so it has to be me. So if he's constantly ticking up and down, he knows torpedoes are coming. If he's never changing, he doesn't know when they're coming. Now, you can use this to your advantage also. You can keep switching between torpedoes, and guns, and get them off that way. As the Cleveland manages to eat one torp, and there goes, most of his health. Now, the other thing is that George is making the right call. There's 4 ships down there. 5 if you consider the Thunderer still in A, and which is why I personally don't like putting a battleship in A, because even I've done it, I get too comfortable just sitting in there. At least if I go around a long way and I'm taken out, I'm not just sitting in A going, oh, nothing can see me and shoot. But that's just my personal experience and my personal thoughts on that. It's too many people get in there and get too comfortable. George is cutting in through the channel I took to help with the gearing and delete the Richelieu. So I now know this guy's going to have some choices in his life. Eat my torpedoes or deal with battleship AP. Sometimes, guys, it's actually better to avoid the torpedoes and take the roll of dice that the battleship AP or the AP or the shells coming in aren't going to delete you. The Zal knows I'm here because I'm the only one spotting them. I have to be. And this is what I say about things end up going horribly wrong. That first set of torps should absolutely demolish him because he's more worried about the battleship, as most players usually are. But this guy did a first, pretty good job dodging.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
My shells, and ironically, I get a Confederate with pretty much just getting torpedoes. And here comes the fuck off Shimmy, and I just type in get good. He's like, yeah, you did. And, whatever. I can understand the guy's frustration. This happens to all of us. At least if you come back and be like, yeah, just, you ruined my game. Give the guy a well done. Don't make it standing miserable by adding to the bullshit. I typed in get good. And, here I go. Nice dodge on my first 3 sets of torps. It was 4. But, it is what it is. I do the same thing with the LSS. Just going to keep this here. And I know that guy can hit the screw you button. I'm out of here. And lo and behold, worst case scenario. Our advantage is disappearing, with the exception of we had 3 caps early. We got a point lead. Ship advantage is relatively staying the same. We're at least trading decently. I don't run any sort of mod, so I won't, like even the official. I don't run mods at all. So I can't even tell you guys the health of this stuff. Some of those mods I really would like them just to put into the game, but I just don't run mods. But as you can see, everything's damaged. Most of our stuff has got to be damaged. Well, with the exception of Mr. Me Hero, I don't think I've been spotted at all. That's kind of weird for me. Usually I do something stupid to get spotted. But I haven't been spotted at all this whole game, I believe. I got full health. So what I'm thinking is get back on C, recap it, force the Gigero to make a choice to come to me or go get D. My thought process is that guy's maybe low, he's low tier. Our cap, what is it, B? The B cap is wide open. That guy should have been making a play for the B cap, getting it. He can camp from the southern side of the island to get it so he can get back in and possibly cap D and, just slow the point bleed down as they managed to tie it up. And because now I'm stalling one of their caps, we're still getting the point lead. And I really would have liked the Georgia here to just turn around, kite out. I probably should have said something in camp. But him also pushing forward is going to push these guys away from me trying to get this cap. Now, I know the all says it's going to turn around and come back, which is why I'm sending these torpedoes. He's going to make the play. These torpedoes are actually looking just at that island. But I'm sending these torpedoes in anticipation. He's going to turn around that island. And hopefully the torps can get to the island as he is broadside while turning in, because it's not going to take many torps to hit him. It's really just going to take one. I hold the third set. And this is something I've been trying to work on. Only send 2 sets with your Shimmy, guys. You got 3 sets. It usually doesn't take all 3 sets to kill the guy. Usually what happens is, the third set kills him because the first set kind of missed. But with our Georgia pushing out, I'm going to smoke up and start shooting at the all-shas that is not spotted anymore. Now, I noticed the Zhao is within his torp range, but he's probably going to be sending torps at the Georgia that was spotted. Luckily, the Georgia maybe got a Citadel, just did a good chunk of damage. I'm not sure if he got a Citadel or what. And see, here comes the Zhao torps at the Georgia as I pull off a high caliber, because you know what, when you're just this boring, good, you get medals like that sometimes. But I'm going to continue shooting at this all sass because you shoot it till it's dead. And our team depends upon you. Now's the time when I go, oh man, if the Georgia died and then the Alsace died, it could have got a solo warrior. But holding 1 set of torps. So these guys may be thinking he's got to destroy torpedo tube, even though I never took any damage. But still, in the heat of the moment, you never know. Now I'm sending torps where, he would be going. And, then I'm going to try to anticipate this guy's move by holding this set of torpedoes, but I will be sending it, right at him, because I figured he's going to turn in. Now, I am not, I really don't want to go up against Thunder. Conqueror with the 420s or whatever the hell they are. But I need to defend this cap also. I need to kill the Kikero. Now, luckily, this guy's got about half health. I can outspot him. Now, he spotted all these torps meant for the Thunderer. But just because I pulled up a little bit and I'm abusing islands, the Thunderer can't hit me. The only guy who can is Zhao. And the Zhao, out of my gun range, so as soon as the Kikero dies, I go dark. GG, game over. Time's going to run out. And there's nothing they can do. They're never, ever going to catch up to me at all to kill me. And all of this is just because of paying attention to the minimap, guys. And, of course, here's the post-battle results. and all that stuff. But everything I did was anticipation to worst case scenario of my team going to do everything they can to throw it and paying attention to the mini map and knowing what ships had radar, not had radar. Just basic general knowledge. It's been a while since I actually played my Shimmy. Now, I hope you guys really did enjoy this replay. I do hope you did learn something. I do hope you take something away from this. I do appreciate all your support, even though I haven't done anything in like 2 months. I also am streaming the clan battles with Pirate Kitten, except for my end of it is not censored, so it's going to be a little harsh, rough, not safe for small children and animals. Just warning you all now. And with that, please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and have yourselves one heck of a great day.